what you are, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly, now I move mountains.
Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 9 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
On play action, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This defense for the Jags, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. The Jaguars at 2-6 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Etienne is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Gets past one man. And some room to roam now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. Carr going to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
6-0 our score after one. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Takes it at the 7. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC. And a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 50 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Etienne up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Etienne once more. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They'll run with Etienne. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are once again back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense ready to go. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that. Penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On play action. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
That's complete, right around the 8. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big body.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Able to slither by. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 13. 99 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Slam, slam, slam. Take 4, take 4.
Another tote for Etienne. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Darius Williams in there to make the tackle.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Nelson Aguilar, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers carving them up with 3 touchdown passes. In our game has been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On second down, Etienne once more. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Flushed out right. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Straight ahead, Etienne. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That play blown up on a really nice effort by Jerry Tillery. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And Ingram hauls it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Jags have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Once again, it's Jacobs, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think this running game, or should I say lack of 1, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 3rd down, here comes... No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He juked him. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, off into great success.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2. Remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Come on, set. Stick to yours.
Hasty is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Jermichael Hasty with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Joseph on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory,
The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Looking deep for Adams. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive, because truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He's got Renfro on the out route. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Jaguars are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll find a little... He gets this up near the 10. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. But defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Lawrence to throw. Quick slant caught by Kirk. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now Lawrence. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum.
Under pressure, they got him again. Bilal Nichols, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Carr to throw.
He's going to let it fly.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
One final try now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory. And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Jags, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.